This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A four-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours. This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A four-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours.
Alrighty, what is up YouTube? Hello, thank you for staying tuned to the live stream. We are now in our second qualifying session for A group, and we're getting straight into battles here, sending cars down. We got that S13 Vert in the lead and that 350Z in the chase. Mr. Rodney Smith in the lead in that LS powered Nissan S13, and then we've got Mr. Bradley Wintermantle in the chase in that Nissan 350Z. Coming in hot now, transitioning into that outer zone. Good, smooth lead line there. And Bradley applying the pressure. Lead car kind of choking up and some contact there. Thankfully, Bradley has those carbon Kevlar door skins and rear quarter panels that just soaked up that impact. I believe it's Spinnaker Composites is his company. They've been producing some fiberglass and carbon Kevlar components for Nissan and some other vehicles. So good initiation, big snap to angle, nice aggressive transition from both drivers. Coming in, filling that outer zone, straightening up, shooting down that straightaway. And man, that silver car is a DE 350Z, and he has one of the best forms of momentum through the first turn, and is doing a great job of carrying good speed on that straightaway for the reinitiation at the hump.
The good part of
I don't know if there was contact. Maybe he got a little too greedy on that, trying to play catch up, or no, I wouldn't say he was trying to play catch up. He just came in with a lot of momentum, and I think just kind of overcooked it on that transition. Go ahead and say that since Cisco ended up looping out there, Joseph is most likely going to get the win for that battle. I do too. I love racing cars. We got Brad Loopy in the lead in that S13 coupe. And then we have Mr. Jerry Madden in the chase in the S13 hatch. Both LS cars, both Nissans, both S chassis, just different drivers. Jerry's trying to play some catch up there, cutting a little shallow. Doesn't quite make it to the box.
both of those cars look the same, just the colors are color inverted.
Yeah, pretty much. They're very similar.
Yeah.
Now into the next half of this battle, we got Jerry Madden in the lead, Brad Loopy in the chase. Brad not giving them much room on initiation and right into the pocket, transitioning nice and snappy, staying right there with him. This is the kind of tandem battle that we want to see from these guys. Now down the straightaway, let's see him suck in right over the hump into this outer zone. Good fill by that lead car, and Brad in the chase there is just right there with him. This is one of the more aggressive chases so far, and it's looking very smooth and very fluid. That was a great run from both drivers.
I'm gonna ask my dad if he wants to say hi to the live stream.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys again for tuning into the live stream. Greatly appreciate the support. Now that battle is going to be a tie up, so both drivers are going to receive points for that battle. If you are just tuning in, if you're unfamiliar with the format and how UDC works, we do two run groups. We've got run group A and run group Z. They will go out for 2 different qualifying sessions and get 5 battles per session, battling different drivers on the grid. You can get up to 5 points per battle. And so let's say you go and you ace your first qualifying session, you get 25 points. Well, for 235, we do a points accumulation between the 2 qualifying sessions, so you can get up to 50 points. That is going to then funnel you into a top 8. So we're going from 22 drivers in between Run Group A and Run Group Z, funneled down to a traditional top 8 bracket. And right...
He's fixing his car.
Okay. So if you missed it previously, right now we are in our second and final qualifying session of the day for A group. This will run for another probably 40-45 minutes or so, and then we're going to go straight into our second qualifying group or second qualifying session for Group Z.
Dad's when Dad crashed like that, his whole tire broke.
Oh no!
We had to rebuild some parts.
Oh no!
And some parts.
Yeah, so that last qualifying session for Z group, there was a red S13 driven by Bailey, and I am currently sitting here with his daughter Ivy. He ended up going off, he initiated and dipped tire off of track, and it ended up munching up the wheel and tire and damaged a couple components. So thankfully he's got some time before the next Z group goes out for him to hopefully fix the car and get it back together. But I guess we'll see how that goes.
His friends helped him fix it.
Good.
Yeah. How many subscribers did your channel have?
I don't know. Let's see if I can pull that up. 848.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. Currently we have 32 people watching.
Yay.
Alright, in the lead in that E36 sedan powered by a big boy LS, we've got Mr. Ryan Dye out of Salt Lake. And in the chase, we've got Rodney Smith in that S13 Vert. Now I know that Ryan is kind of fighting that car throughout the day today. Yesterday he was able to do a little bit of test and tuning and figured out some rear grip settings. And then today dealt with a failed power steering line. At the end of the last qualifying session, he was able to finish out his run. And so he didn't miss out on any battles, thankfully. Pulled the car into the pits, got that swapped, got it fixed, and now he's back out here for his qualifying session. There we go. Rodney, nice aggressive, on limiter on entry, coming in super deep for that first turn, at least from this point of view. Ryan kind of playing catch up there. Rodney being very aggressive, not giving him any leeway there, just kind of speeding through.
I'm gonna be right there.
Nice fluid wide line there from that lead car. We got somebody watching all the way from Driftland, Scotland. Heck yeah, man. Thanks for tuning in. We are out here in Apple Valley, Southern California, middle of the desert. Nate Pena in the lead, Cisco in the chase. Good floaty entry by Nate there. Kissing out nice and wide around that touch and go. Cisco kind of bobbling in the chase. Now let's see how Cisco does in the lead and swapping positions. Nate in the chase now. What's up, everybody? Thank you guys for tuning in. Just a big surge. We got a handful of people just joining in. Thank you guys. Saucy entry by both drivers. Nate doing a great job of the pace, mirroring Cisco's lead line. Really applying the pressure there, as the chase driver should. Cisco smoothly navigating up over the hump there. See if he can push out nice and wide through the last couple of zones. Cutting a little short there to that outer, but oh, too deep there, and Nate avoids the spin. That could have been bad. He had a lot of momentum on that spin, and the car whipped around. Thankfully, did not hit Nate. That was a good one. Oh man. Getting spicy out here in the second half of qualifying. We got Mr. Dakota Shockley in the lead and Joseph Klein in the chase. Joseph applying the pressure there. Dakota maintaining big early flick. Love to see that. Quick, snappy entry. And Joseph right there with him, cutting a little shallow, but maintaining good proximity. Let's see him flick in. Can he suck into that pocket? There we go. Good chase by Joseph there, and a great lead line from Dakota. Now let's see if Dakota can apply that same pressure, bring that energy and that proximity there in his chase. Because they know that Joseph can put down a good lead. And Dakota surging in. There we go. Oh, getting a little too ahead of himself there. Surging in up on Joseph through that outer zone. There we go. Joseph kind of leaving him there on transition. That was a pretty spicy run. Good job, boys. Who do we have up next? Is that Jerry? I can barely see. Jerry and Eric, I think. All right, Jerry Madden in the lead in his S13. Eric Kegney in the chase in his BMW V30. Floaty entry by Jerry there, transitioning now. Eric's right where he needs to be, straightening out. Can he keep up down the straightaway? Hello. Nice. Now Eric with good presence in the chase, and Jerry with just a smooth, floaty lead line, getting out to those boxes, and Eric is just right there with him. That was a pretty satisfying lead and chase to see.
Okay. Hey, Eric, if you want to go up just a little bit.
All right, now they are switching positions and getting right back at it down the straightaway.
Flag on that one car's crew.
It's he has one on. He has two cars. And he has a flag on each car. Big early initiation from Eric there. Jerry diving in. That was amazing timing from that chase car. Love to see that. Falling a little behind there, pushing out wide. And cutting a little short into that final outer, but just all in all, that was a solid battle from both drivers. Now, quick shout out to our partners and sponsors for the season. We've got Grim Graphics on board, Race MG, Tire Agent, Society, Race Club, Bonkers FPV, Low Eye Media, Prisma Labs, Get NRG, Fun Haver, Cage Kits, and last but not least, Drift Japan.
That's a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, so these drivers this season are not only competing for bragging rights or for cash, but the winner of the 215 class season and the winner of the 235 class win a expenses paid 8-day, I believe it's 8 days, 8-day trip to Japan, hosted by Drift Japan. And it is a all-inclusive tour through different shops and facilities and stores, and just a good, all overall tour of Japan. But they also do 3 different track days in cars provided by the Drift Japan boys. Shout out Benke and Ben. Love you guys. Wish you guys were here. Can't wait to see you in July. But yeah, these guys are not only competing for some cash or some bragging rights, but 2 of them, 1 of them from each class, are going to go to Japan at the end of the season.
My dad wants to do that trip to Japan.
Yeah, and these drivers are looking so good. Brad Loopy in the lead there. Big and saucy, wide fill through the course. This is another Brad on Brad battle. We had Brad Loopy in the lead and Bradley Wintermantle in the chase. All right, now swapping positions, barreling back down the straightaway, wide up throttle. Big clutch take initiation from that lead car. Brad sucking in the pocket. Good transition timing there from the chase driver. And Wintermantle in the lead, filling out that outer zone, barreling down that straightaway with a nice snappy reinitiation, and Loopy right back into the pocket through this outer. Oh, and he checks up and straight lines it. Oh, man.
Is the red one Loopy?
Yeah, the pink and black is Loopy. And he kind of looped it a little bit.
Wasn't it like on the last live stream, it was you were in that tower right there?
No, I think that was a different track. We haven't done it from that tower here yet.
When I was watching the stream, it looked just like this track. Could have been a different person doing it.
Maybe. Judges are making their call before sending the next couple drivers down. Again, thank you guys all for tuning in and supporting the live stream. We greatly appreciate it.
When people watch the live stream, does that mean you can make more like events that like happen?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. The more support, the more people that see the event going on, they get interested in it. They want to come drive. They sign up, and it just grows everything.
That's cool.
So yeah, if you guys are, with that being said, if you're sitting at home watching and you've got a drift car in your garage that's finished or it's ready to go, or even if you need to finish it, use this as motivation to sign up and come out here and come drive with everybody and show us what you got. Not only do you get to be out there competing with everyone, you get to be on the live stream, you get to win some cash, win some prizes, and potentially go out to Japan.
Were you the person last time that was hosting like the thing, like the gift, like the
At the end of the day, yeah, I handed out the prizes for the drivers.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do the judges like go on those towers, like those watchtowers over there?
Sometimes, yes, but this time around, since we're doing it reverse, the judges are down over here with us. We got Cisco in the lead with a pretty fluid entry there, holding it together. Looking solid, confident across that. And Rodney Smith in the chase, shuts it down early. Cisco going wide, dirt dropping there.
On some of the cars, how do you like put down like the number of, like on my dad's car, like the stuff written on it? How do you do it on like the cars with like no windshield?
Well, they all have a front windshield, so they all get marked on the front windshield. Yeah.
Because there's one car I saw that.
Yeah, a couple of them don't have a rear windshield. Nice initiation by that E36 there. Nate in the chase. Looks like he's playing it a little safe. Playing catch up down the straightaway, giving him a little room to breathe. And Ryan with a bit of a late initiation up over that hump. Hopefully he's not, it kind of seems like he's fighting the car a little bit.
Is Nate the one in the red car?
Yes, Nate is in the red car.
Nice. The red car looks like my dad's car because it has like no hood.
Yep, he's got no hood and he's got the rear of the car chopped off and the rear section of it's chopped off, so it's almost like a truck.
Yeah, kind of.
Nice big aggressive entry by Nate, coming in hot. Let's see Ryan transition into the pocket there. Can he follow through? And unfortunately he's gonna fall out of drift and straighten out.
Now Nate's in the lead and Ryan's the chaser.
Yep. And Nate's throwing down a solid lead line. A little shallow coming out of that outer zone, but pushing out wide and kissing that final outer zone.
I keep knocking down push so they're just gonna stay there.
And
It's cool how like
it's cool what?
it's cool how like when you make a live stream, it doesn't always work for that exact day you're making the live stream. That like it just stays on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the cool
You can always go back and watch it.
And also that they're not like actual people watching like at the same time.
So we've got Joseph Klein in the lead in that black Nissan 350Z, Eric Kegney in the chase in that white BMW E30. Eric dipping off track there after that transition, dirt dropping a bit.
Which one's Eric?
Eric is in the white car with the American flag.
My dad at our house like a neighbor's name is Eric. He like owns the park.
Great initiation by both drivers. Joseph doing what he should as the chase and was just right there present with Eric, you know, kind of predicting that faint entry, so he was just right in the pocket throughout transition, throughout the entry, and then right back in it on transition. And Eric nice and wide there through that outer zone, and Joseph is just so present in the chase, dipping off a little bit, but right there applying the pressure.
Are the viewers like watching the drone flying around right now?
Yep, so the drone flies around, and then I think that there's 2 other cameras.
Nice. So like the cameras that are like over there? That's where like you can like that's where you can like also see the people race if you go over there near the exit or entrance.
Exactly. And up into this next battle, Dakota Shockley in the lead, Jerry Madden in the chase. Jerry Madden drove 215 yesterday, ended up taking the win, first place podium, and and actually last event as well, he podiumed I think both days. So he is on a sick one so far with 3 podiums in a row, and let's see if it'll be a 4th this weekend.
So the guy in the black car has gotten the podium like 3 times.
If I remember correctly. But right now, Caden, are the points current on screen?
I think so.
So to do a little points recap, we've got Joseph Klein in first with 40 points. Bradley Wintermantle in second, tied with Nate Pena with 37 points. 4th place, Eric Kegney with 30 points. Brad Loopy in 5th with 29. Rodney and Jerry tied with 28 points for 6th. Dakota in 8th with 23. Ryan tied with Cisco for 9th with 16. And Tomas is out. He broke his transmission. That is very unfortunate. In last. Jerry in the lead, and Dakota applying the pressure on his door, bullying him through that turn. This is the second and final qualifying session for A group. So once these guys finish their 5 battles, we will send out the Z group, get through their qualifying, and then out of the, I believe, 22 drivers that have driven, we are doing a top 8 bracket into finals. Now there's been a couple guys that aren't able to actually compete, like how I just said, Tomas broke his car, so there's technically only 10 active drivers in this session.
My dad broke his wheel.
Right. Bradley once again in the lead in that 350Z, and Cisco in the chase in the G35. Bradley, I told him in the pits earlier, he is one of the quickest guys. He has so much momentum, and for that being a DE 350Z, he is really just doing a great job of maintaining that momentum and speed through this course.
It's like everybody across from like all the people on that side are like just gone because they're racing, and then everybody on the side where everybody's just gone, everybody's there on that side.
Cisco flicking in the lead. Nice snappy transition from both drivers. Bradley present in the chase. Cisco getting wide out on that outer. Coming in with a handbrake reinitiation, flicking into this next zone there. Bradley present but conservative in the chase.
I realized that two right there.
And a solid finish across the line. And staged up next, it's looking like Brad Loopy versus, I can't see, is that Jerry? Can't quite see the other car yet.
The car looks like white. The car looks white. And it has like a black graphic. It's like,
There we go. So Brad Loopy in the lead in that S13. And we got another S13 in the chase, piloted by Mr. Rodney Smith. Loopy gapping him. Nice floaty initiation up over the hump. Coming in, transitioning smoothly through that outer. Not much correction I'm seeing there. Rodney kind of playing catch up in the chase.
GoPros are cool because they can go underwater.
All right, so they're going to switch positions, roll into the start. There we go, back at it. Both guys on limiter on initiation. Snappy mirrored entry, or mirrored transition there.
It gets super hot here.
It does. And Brad, Loopy, kind of surged in on that OZ there in the chase. And, oh, is there some contact? Really applying the pressure, getting aggressive. How are we looking?
In the morning here it's not super hot, but in the afternoon it's hot.
Yeah, now it's definitely warm out. Thankfully we are in here in the AC. Into this next battle, we got Nate Pena in the lead, Eric Hegney in the chase. Nate with a nice flick in, a little bit of a late transition there, which kind of choked up Eric. Let's see if Eric can suck into the pocket there through this next outer zone and apply the pressure through the rest of the course. Nate nice and wide through the last two zones there. A little bit shallow, actually a little bit shallow through that final outer across the finish line, but he's making it work.
Dad is still working on his car.
Hope you can fix it.
Yeah.
Eric with a nice initiation. Nate right there. Oh, and Eric does kind of the same thing. Overcooks that transition way too late, throwing a lot of angle in it. But thankfully, Nate was able to stay present and save it in the chase. Definitely funny that they both kind of made the same mistake there.
I probably copied the others.
Oh, and Eric dipping off track. Nate right there on his door. I need to grab a phone charger real quick so that I can continue to have the stream up and the driver's list. I will be back in 30 seconds.
Is the stream still like watching all the cars? If you don't have a charger, your phone or whatever console you're using dies. Chargers are
Judges are reviewing that last run, trying to make a critical decision here. It was pretty spicy. Both drivers were on point. Both lead runs, they both made the same mistake on initiation with throwing too much angle in and transitioning a little bit too late there into that first outer zone. And both drivers were very present in their chase run, so that's going to be a hard one for these judges to dissect.
I wonder if anybody here, like, in the track is, like, watching the live stream.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, Eric in that white BMW with the American flag, a lot of the time he has the live stream open on his phone in his car, so that when he is staged on grid waiting to get sent out for his battle, he'll go and actually actively be watching the runs and in watching his runs to kind of critique himself throughout the day.
So he's just watching him, so he's watching, like, him use the car?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
That's...
Oh, and we are sending cars down onto this next battle. Ryan in the lead in that E36, Jerry in the chase in the S13, both cars black and green.
They're both same colors. That look kind of the same.
Green machines.
Yeah. The green, white, and black car is in the lead right now. The green and black car is chasing the green, white, and black
And a quick little points recap. We got Bradley Wintermantle in first place with 42. Nate and Joseph tied for second with 39. Rodney and Jerry tied for fourth with 33. Eric Hegney in sixth with 32. Brad Luby in seventh with 31. Dakota Shakti in eighth with 25. Cisco in ninth with 18. Ryan in 10th with 16. And Tomas with 8 points. And unfortunately, Tomas's car broke, so he is no longer driving.
Tomas is my dad's friend.
Yeah. Jerry with a nice handbrake initiation up over the hump, settling the car into that transitioning. Oh man, and Ryan overcooks it and stalls, falling out of drift. So Jerry is going to finish out that run solo and get the win for that battle.
Jerry definitely is going to get the win unless that car just somehow goes super fast.
Hopefully Ryan's car is okay. Seems like he's been kind of fighting gremlins today. Joseph Klein in the lead, Bradley Wintermantle in the chase. I like seeing these guys drive together. They're both in basically the same exact car, and both of them are phenomenal drivers. Good momentum down that straightaway. Get back on throttle through that touch and go. With a smooth transition into the outer zone there. And Bradley very present in the chase. Joseph with a very fluid lead line.
There's probably a lot more 2 days here than just one.
Yeah, there's a couple. A lot of these Z's have the original engine in them, and then it's funny, like the majority of the drivers this weekend, either it's a Z, or it's a BMW, or it's an S chassis, and it's either a VQ, an LS, or a JZ, and that's about it this weekend.
So basically there's only like 5 types of engines everybody's using.
And Wintermantle in the lead, smoking those tires, maintaining that momentum, and Joseph is right there in the chase, present. Now I feel like they had very similar, lead to lead and chase to chase lines. Both had great proximity in the chase. I couldn't tell if Wintermantle was a bit more present and aggressive in his chase throughout the initial portion of the course. So I'm curious to see how the judges are going to make this call. Nice initiation by Dakota, nice and wide, filling that first outer clip. Oh, and Dakota bobbling and falling out of drift, fighting the car. Something's going on. Some sort of an issue. I think I saw him try to clutch kick it a couple times and it just didn't do anything. Maybe, I don't know, hopefully it's not a mechanical issue. I guess we'll see if he is able to chase right now. Oh yeah, chase, sorry. Diving in on initiation. Oh, it seems like the car is cutting out on him. And yep, Dakota is pulling off now, leaving Cisco with a bye run. So Cisco is going to get the win since Dakota avoided that run. Up next, looks like we got Nate Pena in the lead. Lots of support for Nate in the chat. And Rodney Smith in the chase. Nate with an aggressive feint entry. I feel like if Rodney had transitioned just a little bit sooner there, he could have sucked right back into that pocket through that outer zone and been on Nate's rear bumper through that straightaway. But he's making up for it now, gaining that some proximity there. Can he cut a little shallow to suck in over the last zone? Oh, and he bobbles. Great transition timing there, right into the pocket. And Rodney killing it in the lead. Very wide line there, looking fluid, not seeing much correction of those front wheels. Hitting those zones. Who is up next?
Are we still in Group A or?
We are still in Group A. It looks like Eric Kegney and Brad Loopy, maybe?
Eric and Loopy is being number one.
Oh, okay.
good that he has a lot of time to build.
Yes, yes. So we got Ryan in the lead in that E36, Brad in the chase in the S13. Both cars are less power. I was talking with Ryan in the pits. This car's making about, I think he said 520 horsepower. Which, if I remember correctly, it was an iron block 6.0 bottom end with LS3 top end, I think. Okay, Loopy going down the straightaway. Ryan kind of falling behind there. Loopy with a nice initiation. Ryan Dye kind of falling behind there on that battle. Not fully an active chase, I feel. And Loopy is going to get the win. Just overheard the judges.
Ryan crashed or something.
And we are getting into the last couple of battles. Then we're going to immediately send Group Z out.
Does my dad go at like the first part of Group C or like the end of Group C?
Well, if his car is ready, he should go out at the beginning of Group C.
His car might be ready.
I hope so.
I'm gonna go check.
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for the support. This is our second round of the season this year. We're doing 4 SoCal rounds and then one round, our final round, tentatively out of state somewhere. Still waiting on it's semi-locked in. I know it's locked in, but
one more battle.
one more
I guess they have
one more battle.
Yeah.
All right. So is that what, Dakota and Loopy, or is that Joseph and Loopy? I think it's one of the Z's and Loopy. But if you missed it, yesterday we had our 215 competition. Go back through, scan through the live that's on the channel and get caught up there. 215 was amazing. We did run the same course as yesterday. Everyone has truly loved this layout and this format and the zones and everything. So that's been a great highlight of the weekend. And Dakota in the lead, nice smooth initiation. Loopy right there being aggressive in the chase, mirroring that lead line very well. Dakota, early big flick entry up over the hump there, and Loopy is just staying with him right in the pocket. Let's see this transition to these outer zones. Cutting a little shallow there by Dakota, but kind of pulling out back wide-ish through that final outer. And Loopy did a great job of just adapting through that, even though he was a little shallow, and was just right there on his rear quarter, on his door the whole time.
It's doing fine, Dad said.
Good.
It's better than bad.
Loopy in the lead, that stylish S13 flicking in. Dakota doing a great job of sucking in on transition here. Maintaining that momentum down the straightaway. Look at that speed from the lead car. Can Dakota suck in through this outer zone? Get a little aggressive, a little shallow there. Playing catch up, bobbing behind. And Loopy looking solid through the rest of the course. So that is going to be our last battle for A group qualifying, and we're going to send out Z group right now. Do we go to commercial for 5 or so minutes, Caden? Okay, so we're going to go to commercial for like 5 to 10 minutes while we get the Z group drivers out on grid, and we will see you back here momentarily.
So you're gonna tell them.
This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A four-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours. This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A four-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours. This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A four-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours. This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A four-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours.
Alrighty, everybody, thank you. We are going right back into battles. We've got Z Group, secondary qualifying session. Before finals, T-Bird in the lead and Chester in the chase. T-Bird overcooking it on this first entry back in, but saves it, pulls through. See this reinitiation up over the hump. Chester staying present there in the chase. And T-Bird, big flick entry, a little bit of a bobble, kind of cooked in a little too much angle, but he's holding it together and still filling that last outer zone. Let's see. There we go. Great transition timing by T-Bird in the chase there. Very good initiation and entry by Chester. Good momentum from both drivers up over that hump. T-Bird in the pocket there. A little bit of a bobble, cutting shallow there. Chester's on a good lead line. And Chester is going to take the win for that battle. Up next, we got Jackson in the lead. And Daniel in the chase. Saucy initiation from both drivers. I wonder if Jackson fixed his handbrake or not. Oh, yep, I think I saw those rear wheels lock up. Which rear wheel is wobbling a lot, that passenger rear wheel.
Is Jackson the one in the white car?
Yes, in the white car.
He was in the yellow-ish.
Daniel Chadwick is in the yellow and pink S14. Big saucy kick into turn one. Good checkup on that transition. Pushing out wide there. Barreling back down that straightaway. Let's see this big flick reinitiation up over the hill. Yeah. And then can I have somebody come in and chat with me for a few minutes and then you can join me in a bit? Okay, perfect. Jackson, shutting it down.
Streaming?
We are live. We are streaming.
Boy.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Introduce thyself.
I'm Brad Mantle.
Yes, sir.
I'm driving the silver with a few carbon Kevlar parts on it.
Yes. Yeah. Oh. You've been killing it today. How are you feeling?
Oh man, I've been having a blast. Yeah. It's, you know what, it's crazy because like, oh, it's warm outside, you know, once you're kind of like locked in though, you're just kind of locked in, you're like, I just gotta do the thing. I've been trying to do the thing. So, it's been a blast. Trying to do the thing that I was told to do in the driver's meeting.
Yep.
So it's like,
yep.
That's it. That's it.
How do you feel about the course, the layout, the flow of it, the snappiness?
Okay. Real talk.
Yes.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Coming into it, I saw yesterday in the 215 class. Not gonna lie, I was a little bit of a hater.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I was like, I felt bad, but I'm just like, that's a goofy layout,
yep.
right?
Yep.
It's great.
And it seems like that initially.
100%. On the P, I'm just like, whoa, you're gripping back up and going back into another turn. And then I'm like, okay, all right, we'll see. And I was trying not to develop a full opinion on it yet until we drove it. I am really enjoying it. And I will tell you why. I come from road course racing, so I come from grip driving, right? So if you give me a gripped up straightaway into a turn and then another gripped up straightaway, I'm in my element.
Yep.
I'm like, this is awesome.
And that makes so much more sense because you have been carrying some of the best momentum and speed.
Really?
Through.
Okay.
Especially like linking from turn 1 down the bottleneck into that straightaway. Like for you driving a DEZ, it looks like you have 350, 400 horsepower.
Oh, really?
Because you're carrying so much more speed than a lot of these other people.
Okay. Well, okay, so how I'm trying to get out of that corner, right? So in road course racing, we try to put our cars into what's called slip angle, right? So there's tires will flex a little bit, right?
Yes.
And you'll actually be driving slightly sideways, but you're gripped up, right? Like the best way to accelerate is you got 10% of slip on the tire to asphalt, right? So that's the best acceleration you can do. So if you can figure out the slip angle of your tire, you can accelerate out of a turn very, very quickly.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to do is coming out of the outer zone onto the back straightaway, I'm trying to get the car to its slip angle as fast as possible because it still looks like the car's sideways a little bit,
right?
But I'm actually gripping up already.
Yep.
So I'm trying to get to that point as fast as possible. Wait, the competitors are gonna see this? I'm not putting it in slip angle.
No.
What I just said was a lie.
And a lot of, like, many people never take that into consideration with drifting and speed. Like, it's just like, oh, they flick it big and ride the wave, not like, okay, how can I actually be fast?
Right, so, and this is the first time I've been UDC's been throwing curveballs at me the last 2 rounds.
That's the whole
So coming onto a straightaway where you have to grip up again was like, oh, that's weird. But then when I did it, I'm like, this feels like what I usually do in road course racing. So I'm like, I'm cool with this now, right? I went from like a little like, I don't know about this, to like, I'm down. I'm down, this is fun. I'm glad we're doing this. Yeah, and it's I'm learning a lot, especially with this series, because we last round we were told to flick, like do a feint into the initiation, into the sweeper. Right. That was the first time I was like trying to do that in competition, do it consistent
fast
enough.
as well.
Oh, light
third
fast.
Gear, yep.
Right, and I'm like, the faster we go, the more I'm having fun, because like in road course racing, like you're going fast pretty much the whole time, right? So I'm just like, all right, this is fun, I like this. And then this, going around a turn, gripping up, and then going over a blind crest.
The blind crest.
The blind crest. It's so much fun, because I'm gripped, because this is the kind of the first time I've been told to grip up really and just go over that crest as like fast as we can, because we did another series and we started like here, right? So we were barely in second by the time we had to initiate. And I'm like, I want to go faster. I want to see what this crest feels like, because you start your drift going up the crest and you have the grip. All of a sudden you are cresting and the car is floating at that point.
So with the slip angle topic, one thing that I wanted to try to drill home with these drivers and with this layout, that not a lot of like people, like not a lot of, how do I explain this?
Political correct? Is that
how do I be politically correct here? A lot of people that drift can drift. It's the difference between a momentum entry, like a feint, and a handbrake entry, right? So like, what I wanted to drill home with this is utilizing the weight transferring and mechanical grip and slip angle and offsetting the car and feeling the car out. So like in the beginning of the driver's meeting with, you know, that straightaway to re-entering over the hump, I wanted to see you guys not necessarily do a big manji feint before the hump, but kind of dart out, offset the weight into a flick.
And you know what, like when we first started doing it, I'm like, I wish I had the whole lane, right? But then after we did it enough, I'm like, I'm glad I don't have the whole lane.
Because it should just be a little quick offset step.
Yes, we got, I don't know how it's gonna, I haven't been doing this, the whole drifting thing long enough, so I don't know how it would really work out if we had that much speed, all that lane to really do a big feint, which it might not work out that well.
Right. Because then there would almost need to be a touch and go in the middle, and then you're manging.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So this is kind of the equal ground between not manging the straight and still having a big entry over the crest.
Yeah, the crest is a blast. Just full from coming. All right, going from drift trying to get gripped up, and you're just like, come on, you're waiting for it. You're like, grip up, grip up, grip up, and then you get it, and you're just like, all right, now I have to be as much of a rocket ship as I possibly can in the middle of a drift session, right, in a drift lap, and then you just see the crest, and you're like, I'm going into I don't know where, right? You know, it's a very exhilarating layout.
Good.
I did it, like I said, I did another series where we had this layout, and I didn't like it. I'm just like, I want to do third gear entries. I want to enter fast. But going from a drift around the first turn, and then just
carrying that momentum,
just carrying it as fast as you can, down the back straight, made it more fun for the driver, for sure.
Good.
It's a blast.
I get, like, Bobby and I spent, I think, like an hour and a half or so walking the track, figuring out from different perspectives, standing at different points. I mean, it was probably 20 or 20, like probably about 10 or so minutes per zone.
Okay.
Looking at it from different perspectives. How does this point here set you up for the next 2 zones? And then we would go to the next zone. Okay, how does this zone here, how are you going to get here from the last one? Do we need to move the last one? And how are we going to go to the next one from here? So we really analyzed the heck out of this.
So can you walk me through how you even got to this? Like, hey, let's put a gripped up section in the back. Like, who thought of that?
Basically trying to take, so the drivers this season, you're competing for a trip to Japan, right? The Japanese drifting style is quick to angle, snappy, aggressive, right?
Okay.
Wanted to take routes from, like, Mahon, like the D1 event that was at Mahon this last week. You watch a couple of the shirts tucked in videos, to where at Mahon they get sent on down the grid, they initiate around a corner, they drift a zone, they grip up around kind of another corner with a straight slingshot into another zone. So we kind of took those routes and applied that here, and then with a couple of the outer zones in the inner clips, we position those inner clips in a way to push you out far for a snappy, quick transition into the next one. So we're trying to kind of bring those those Japanese technique and funnel that, sprinkle it into this environment.
It's fun.
Yeah,
I'll have to say it's fun. That's cool that you're grabbing that, like, you know, a whole different style of drift track, right?
Yeah, at least trying to, you know.
I think it's working. That was a blast.
Cool.
I enjoy the back straightaway.
Cool. I'm glad.
I really do.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I drove 3 laps in Casey's FRS this morning and felt it out and was like, oh, this is so sick.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is my favorite format and layout that we've done so far, and especially being able to cut across the access road right there.
Makes it quick.
And then once the battle is done, they go cool down the second half of the track and send the next one. Like, this just, it works.
It does work. Has anybody done this layout before?
No.
I've never, no joke, man, when I saw the live feed yesterday, I'm like, what is going on right now? I've never seen this before. So, good call.
Thank you.
It is, as a driver, it is fun.
Yeah, and we wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
And like, we come to Apple Valley all the time, and so many events get held here to where it's just, okay, big entry, full track, right, whatever. And even the competitions, like, you can do big entry in the first few zones, or you can start over there, do a couple zones over there, or you can run a reverse. Like, you know, there's a few different ways to do it normally, but like, how do we really throw a curveball into this thing?
Yeah, I mean,
Cody's looking good. See him preload up over there. Check up. Jackson's being conservative in the chase, but still with some good proximity. Cody's looking wide. He just swapped the clutch in that car.
oh, is that what he's been doing all day?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
Sick.
That was close.
Looks like he's got it figured out already.
Yeah, so how did yesterday go? How was the drivers in the 215 class?
Amazing.
Yeah? And
amazing.
They were loving it?
Yes. Initially, everyone was kind of the same, like, oh, like, I don't know how it's going to work. And then we're like, all right, go drive it and let us know. And we can always change stuff up. After people did, I mean, even just visually watching it, after each driver did about 3 to 4 laps, it just clicked with everybody.
Okay.
And then we did a little drivers meeting after the first practice session. And I was like, hey, raise your hand if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about the layout. Nobody said anything that's crickets. Everyone was so stoked about it.
Nice.
And then like all day yesterday, I didn't hear one complaint about the layout.
That's good. And I mentioned this to my teammates when they were like, hey, I told them, I was like, am I being too aggressive in the chase? And they're like, no, you're doing fine, because a lot of people are doing good, and which makes it easier to chase.
Yep.
So I don't know if it's like we're all enjoying this. We're all kind of maybe adapting to it quickly.
Yep.
Because it's the best I've been able to kind of chase. You know, I'm still getting there, but like I'm having a blast.
You know what's funny is like the energy this weekend has just been good.
Has it? I wasn't around yesterday, so
things have just been smooth.
Okay.
Everything has just worked out. Like we had some technical difficulties. We didn't really stream yesterday, but like fundamentally, with just focusing on the flow of the drivers and the driving and the composition and the layout, like it just worked and been a good weekend.
Okay.
And I feel like that energy is just kind of translated to the drivers. Everyone's had a great time. Everyone's got a ton of seat time.
Yeah.
There haven't been a ton of issues. Like there hasn't been any track downtime really. It's not like nobody's breaking down and having to get towed off and like oiling down the track. We have to spend half an hour to fix it. That hasn't happened, thankfully. I hope I don't jinx it. But like, yeah, just this weekend has just been good.
I mean, it's good to hear. And do you think it could be because of like, hey, this is a different track layout?
I think so.
Like we're
threw everyone. Nobody was expecting it. Drew everyone.
No,
it was fresh for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone had the same initial reaction of like, we're doing what?
Yeah, exactly.
We're doing what?
But, yeah, my crew chief Jesse called me. He's like, "Did you see the layout?" And I'm just like, "No, what's going on?" He's like, "There's a back straightaway." I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And he's like, "No, like you drift and then you grip and then you drift," and I'm like, what? Like, what's going on out there?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's hot out there, but have they lost their minds? Like, what's going on?
But no, this is now probably my favorite. Like I like this.
I enjoy it because it kind of brings me to what I'm used to doing. Yep. So I'm like, okay, I think I get this.
When I first started drifting, I learned on canyon roads, but before I started drifting, I would go time attack the canyons with my buddies. And it's like single lane, we're single file, we're nut to butt, and we're just going through, running up and down the mountain all night long. And then like, as you get more comfortable with that, I started drifting. And then my friends are time attacking, and I'm drifting behind them or in front of them, and it's this whole thing. And so like, I learned slip angle. And that's just, it just always drilled home with me was momentum and slip angle. Because I'm not trying to throw lock on this sketchy canyon road all the time.
No.
I just want to stay sideways and maintain speed. Because a lot of the time I was drifting behind somebody that was still gripped up in front of me, and I'm still trying to keep up to him. And like, so the slip angle thing, not a lot of people realize how beneficial that can be. Once you understand how to properly load and unload your car, it changes the way you drive.
Weight transfer and momentum is key.
Yes.
Even in road course driving, right?
Yep.
When we're going through S's, there's going through S's, and then there's going through an S.
Yes.
Right? Like you could get through it and you're like, oh, right? And if you're not understanding, right, where you load the car in relation to how close you are to that apex, it completely defines what happens after that apex. Right? And so understanding the weight transfer and then figuring out, you know, like, because I've tried a lot of different tires on road course cars, and every single one has it's a little bit different, right? Especially with the wheelbase of whatever car you're driving. So it's just a little bit different. But once you figure it out for that platform, for that tire, it can be such a tool. Like there's so much data you can get.
What's hard too is not everybody has the feel for that either, and it's kind of hard to teach that. And it's kind of something that's a lot of the time, like, there's, you know, anybody can learn how to drift, but not everybody can go out and like have the technique and the style and the skill to finesse the drift.
Dude, that's why I'm here. Like I was having fun just like playing with a car around, you know, let's say the balcony. Right? And then I'm like, you know what, I want to learn how to drift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just like, hey, I'm going to throw it and kind of wherever I end up, I end up.
Right, but
no,
like
I
optimal control.
Yes, like I want to figure this out because it's a completely different discipline.
And like being comfortable with being 10/10ths.
Yes.
Because you have to be 10/10ths.
So, exactly. The thing about this is you go from you're sitting in your pit to you warm your tires up to you're on now.
Right.
Right? Like you got a lap to make this happen.
Yep.
That's a lot. You have to come up to speed a lot quicker in this drifting than you do in, like, let's say time attack, right? Where, yeah, time attack you have a lap to do it, but you could all then do a cool down lap, and then you get the same chance to do it again.
Right.
Right. So there's definitely you have to come up to that 10/10ths quick with this.
Just have to flip the switch. Okay, we're on grid. All right, I'm initiating.
It's a huge mental game.
Yes.
Like what's really, and this is kind of weird to admit this, right? You might think I'm a little odd, but I was sitting on the line earlier, and I'm like, and you know how you start playing through. All right, you do. Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
I'm playing through it, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna clutch shake, and then I'm gonna go in, and I'm fainting, and I'm like, wait, I don't remember. Do I grab a hand brake? Wait, do foot brake? Wait, hold on. What I'm still forgetting exactly what it is, but once you're in the moment, your muscle memory comes back. And you're like, I know what to do now, right? So it is fun to learn. The learning process right now for me is amazing. It's every new thing. The last 2 rounds, I got to learn how to feint in a competitive sense where it's like you have to try to stay consistent.
Yes.
Right?
You have to be on target.
Yes, and it's at that speed.
And you're hucking on target.
No, hucking, right? Like not just like you're going fast and then you just kind of
And
right?
like I set that up for a reason last time too, because I knew that it was going to be tricky. I knew that it was going to push you guys, and then after you got comfortable with that uncomfortability, it'll change the way that you drive Apple Valley.
Absolutely.
And any other fast track after this.
No, I completely agree with that because it was so cool to be able to get to that outer edge then.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And not just like do a submarine line where you just like you go shallow and then you shoot, you hit it, you have to slow all the way down, and then you come back in, right? No, like you get to the outside edge quickly and you can stay there.
Yes, and once you lock into that, it's just so much smoother.
Yes. It sets you up a lot better for everything else coming into this, because if you don't set up like going clockwise, if you don't set up do that sweeper properly, you're just those corners are so close to each other that if you miss it just a little bit, it just you're in trouble.
But if you drive it deep, it's so much more fluid and wider and
and you're not doing so much work, right? You're just kind of like,
I'm here. Okay.
Yeah, and you're like, and it makes you, it gives you time to think a little bit.
Yes.
Right.
So what's funny with me, like how we touched on, like it's so mental, especially the competitive environment, right? That you switch that flip, you flip that switch, and for me, like whenever I'm just driving for fun, whether it's anybody else's car or my car, I can almost like disassociate myself and analyze as what I need to do as I'm doing it.
Yes.
Whenever I hop in a car, like okay, it drives this way, I need to do this. Cool, great. The second that I hop in line for a comp, my brain flips a switch and I get tunnel vision.
Okay.
And I don't know why or how or what it is, but like it just I still operate, I still know how to do the course, but like I lose that comfortability and I kind of choke myself up and I start to overthink everything, and then I make a mistake and I'm like, I should have done that. Why did I do that?
Okay.
And I get a lot more the tension comes out. I lose that like fluid connection. And then
when does that start happening? Does it start happening waiting at the line? Because I get a little bit of anxiety waiting at the line.
Yeah.
You get that?
Yep.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because like there's a little bit of like, oh shoot, like we're about to do this thing, right?
Right.
And then as you're approaching the first initiation, do you just kind of try to shut, because what I try to do, I try to shut my brain off. It's basically
at the line, I'm like, oh my god, and then I get sent, and then I'm like, okay, drive.
Yes, like,
and then I drive, and then after the fact, I'm like, oh man, why did I do that? I should have done this differently. Why can't I see what I'm doing as I'm doing it?
Okay.
Before?
Yes, I think I get to be verbal about that because I have a radio. Right now I got 3 people listening to me, right?
Okay.
So I instantly when I get done with the run, I'm pushing the button,
Yep.
and I get to just blurt out what I'm thinking, and it's either like, hey, that was great, or I pushed it too far, I did this, I wish I didn't do that.
What's my corrective action?
Exactly, exactly. I think what might help, do you have someone in your ear that you can just like blurt out that thought to?
Yeah, when I was doing comp, yeah.
Okay, so does that help you when you have that,
It
like,
does.
that initial like, ah, and you get it out real quick?
Yep.
And then you get a little bit of feedback from them?
Right.
That helps me tremendously.
Oh yeah, having a proper spotter in any sort of competitive environment is like, you need
Yeah.
to. And like some of these guys out here, obviously like they don't have spotters. But like if they did, they'd probably be
Dude, it's an unfair
growing
advantage.
so much more. Oh yeah,
100%, it's an unfair
Because
advantage.
if you get a spotter up in the tower
Oh, dude.
in the first
Yeah.
practice session of the day,
Yeah.
like
Well, one of the biggest things is I got Jesse, Scott, Alessandra. They're like they're all listening and watching. And when it comes up to the battle, they can tell me, hey, we've been watching that car all day. They're doing this, this, and this.
exactly.
I get to then adjust. Dude, it makes you look like a rock star as a driver, but you have that inside information. You know, you feel like you know
Like,
something.
hey, this guy's gonna straight line entry, or this guy's gonna feint entry, or this guy's gonna cut course.
Yes.
He's been doing it all the time. This guy's checking up on initiation. And then you can enter or predict around that, and it makes you look that much better as a driver.
Dude, it makes you look like you're like progressing so much faster, which you kind of are.
You are,
right?
absolutely.
You're progressing so much faster than if you're just a driver in a car trying to figure it out, because you can't watch the guys that you're going up against because you're going up against them, right? From a different perspective. So that is a unfair advantage.
Yeah, but if you have a spotter reading the rim, taking notes,
absolutely,
then yeah, because you get into finals and your spotter's in your ear. Hey man, you're going up against this guy. He's gonna enter like this. He's gonna check up here. This is what he's doing here. He's shallow.
Yeah.
And then you predict that. Then because you're consistent with it, you're not taking that 0.2 of a second in the moment of oh shoot, or this
right. You're proactively planning instead of reacting.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
So and trust your spotter.
Yes.
Trust your spotter. It might feel.
Don't let your ego get in the way,
dude.
When you have a spotter
take the ego. Take the ego. Throw it out the window. You've got a completely different human being on the job that you can rely on and like just trust them. Right? And so you just get to drive.
Exactly.
You don't have to get into the logistics of
one less thing for the driver to focus on.
Absolutely, and it makes it so much more enjoyable for like competition purposes. Right? So anyone listening to this, right? If you can get a spotter, go for it. It is so much easier to deal with the competition they do. 100%.
It makes a world of a difference.
It really, really does, because they can see things that you can't.
Right.
And
and you need to trust your spotter too. Find somebody that's knowledgeable, that you can send videos like, hey, this is what you need, like this is how you should critique me. This is how I want to be critiqued. Like, look at this driver, I want to drive like him, critique me so that I do that.
Exactly. That's it. That is a huge weapon in competition.
Yes.
Yes, it's awesome.
Exactly. Like, I would almost rather have, if I had to choose between somebody in the pits to help me swap tires and do gas and tinker on the car I need, or I could only have a spotter, I would pick a spotter
all day long
over fixing issues on my car
all day long.
Because if I need to replace a tow arm or something to do alignment, I want control over that. I'll go do it.
Yes.
But like having that feedback because you're blind on the track. You're reacting all the time.
Exactly.
And so if you have somebody that can help you really analyze and fix that, like, that is so valuable.
Yeah, I feel that same way. I'd much rather have a spotter than just someone there, and it's like I'm spoiled because I got Jesse over here, I got Scott over here, I got Alessandro over there.
So you got the
dude. I am triangulated right now. Like I am.
And you know what? It shows because you've been killing it today. Dude.
Thank you. It's been awesome. It's been awesome, but. No, I'm really enjoying the competition track. Everyone's driving really good, so it's like we were able to get really close to each other.
So good this weekend.
It's been awesome.
The energy, the vibe has been phenomenal this weekend.
Yes.
The driving has been great. Like, there's been no bad hiccups or like just everyone's killing it.
Yeah.
Everyone's killing it.
You ready for this? I think so. I'm curious.
high up there in points for
Yeah.
for A group, right?
I think I'm high up there, somewhere up there. But
I saw your name at the top of the board for a while.
Yeah, I think I stayed there.
I think you might have stayed there.
It's been it's just been so much fun just to be able to drive and like do the thing in the car, and then you just kind of like get back. You're like, all right, how do we do it? You know? So yeah, it's been a really fun layout.
I'm glad you're having a good weekend.
Dude, I'm loving this. Like drifting's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like drifting's a lot of fun.
It is.
I'm so
when it's good, it's great.
Okay, yeah. Should we get into that right now? Right? Like, I have had good times so far. I'm still waiting for the day, right? Which it comes. Everyone gets it, right?
Right.
But comparing this, especially the community, I've seen a really big difference in community as far as drifting and then like grip stuff goes. Grip driving's really sad, right? Like, yeah, we have our good times, but it's when you get in that car, you're like, all right, everyone.
You're chasing temps.
Yeah, like everyone, like, don't do anything stupid.
Right.
You know, we are chasing things that we probably shouldn't be chasing.
It's because the second you include a time frame,
oh, dude.
and then the competitive nature comes out of, oh, I know I can be faster than him.
Yeah.
And then it's just that, boom, it doesn't matter if it's a competition or not, even if it's a fun day,
yeah.
like, it's just,
Even
you
if,
want to be faster than your friend.
Dude, if you have a great day in grip driving, and if you lose by 2/10, it's hard not to let that overshadow the good day.
Because it's 2/10.
It's dude,
nothing.
2/10 is
That's
2/10 is maybe a little bit of wheel slip,
right.
a little bit of oversteer in a corner.
Yep.
Just the tiniest bit. It's brutal. It's so brutal. This has been just so much fun because even if I lose a battle, it was just fun.
Good.
It was just fun because you do get to see, like if someone just throws you so hard and you're like, I don't want to do that. Like that was gangster,
right?
Like that was sick. Klein and I had a battle, and it was just so much fun to be so close to another car like that. That we were just kind of trying to mirror each other as best as possible, and I had a blast doing that. I could have lost that battle and be like, dude, that was the sickest thing all day. Like, that was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, but I do enjoy the whole like style aspect behind the whole drifting thing, because in road course racing, there we do things differently, like from driver to driver, but it's not as exaggerated as drifting. Okay. As far as style goes.
Got it.
So, but yeah, it's been a blast.
I'm glad you're having a great time. Yeah, I hope you see you on the podium.
I'm hoping for it. I think my team's gonna beat me up. I think they said if I don't try to.
I'm pretty sure you're in the top 8. So I don't know though. Peyton also is killing it.
Did you see that? That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then I hear Chester's been having a rough go yesterday, so it looks like he's got his car running.
Yep. Figured out the power steering pump issues. I think they swapped like 2 different pumps in the car or something like that, and got it figured out finally. So yeah, Chester's killing it as always. I mean, he podiumed yesterday.
That's great.
Again.
Yeah.
I think he's podiumed literally every 215 round.
Consistency.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I have to line up against the dude, I'm like, cool, I get to like get close.
Yes.
Because I know he's gonna do it right.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
And you can just, okay, cool, I have faith in you. Yep.
Yeah. And that's the best part. What kind of, it's very nerve-wracking when you're going up against a driver that you haven't driven.
Correct.
Like next to.
You don't know their quirks.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, they're gonna drift the course. They're doing the same thing that you're doing. But how are they gonna get there?
Exactly. It's like, and you want to close that gap, right? But closing that is just risk versus reward at that point.
Right.
So you have to battle that in your head of, how close do I feel comfortable getting to him? Yeah. And luckily, going back to the spotter, right, I have the information beforehand, and then I can judge that split second, is this a good idea or not? You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, because like in your head, you know what you're gonna do to get there. You know what you would do to get there. And so like they should just do that.
Yeah,
and then, so you should have faith that they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then they don't.
And then you're like,
oh. And then you're like, oh, there it goes.
I had a moment like that earlier today. I was expecting one thing, and that didn't happen. And luckily, when we tapped, it was just a squared like boop, and it was like, oh.
Yeah, that was right here.
Right here.
Yep.
Right here. I was like, oh no. I felt so bad too because I was coming and I'm like, we're getting close, and then the thing happens. I was like, oh no. But luckily, you know, cars are fine.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I don't want to hurt anyone else's car.
Right.
But you want to get, you want that.
Rubbing his race.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's been fun to have a blast. I'm pretty sure I have finals like that.
I think so. I don't know. One car sitting there.
Okay.
And then these two currently. So there's probably one more battle after this maybe?
How do most of the competitors look for going to sell out? I want to get inside information from you guys when you're watching.
Honestly, everyone has been hitting the mark.
Yeah. Okay, it feels like
215 was coming shallow out of that OZ in the first hairpin.
Okay.
But like you guys today, 235. I mean, everyone kind of has their little quirks. Like, so like this outer zone is a little shallow sometimes, but that's only because like if they mess up if they do a late initiation or if they do a weird something with the crest, it messes them up there.
Yep.
And then they're playing catch up, and then maybe they're correct there.
Okay.
And also that's kind of how Bobby and I set it up, to where if you are not on rails, if you are not 100% confident in your line, it is going to screw you up for the next 2-3 zones, and it's going to be obvious to judge and critique that.
Yep, compounding.
Exactly, it compounds, because if you don't flick at the right spot for this crest, you're not going to be where you need to be at OZ1 or at that OZ.
I feel that.
Then it's going to mess you up at the touch and go.
Yep.
And then you're not going to get there. And then you're playing catch up, and maybe you hit the last outer.
Everything what you just said, I did today, and I'm like, okay. You have to start getting it right there.
Which is the advantage of the reset.
Dude, I like that. I like that part. It is fun. But 100%, what you just said, I was doing in practice, and you start feeling that rhythm of the track again, and you're like, oh, okay, if I get this right,
then you're good.
I don't have to stress about the rest because I'm going to be set up.
Yeah, that was the goal.
All right. All right. What other questions can I ask at the moment?
Yeah, what you got? What you got brewing?
I know. I'm like, dude, I'm getting all the information. As far as the chase cars going, do you see? So I guess we already talked about this. You see a lot of chases being close today versus other days.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Because that's what
and
it
that was
feels
the
like.
hope. That was a strategy with this layout too. Because when we were walking the track, we're looking at it from 5 different perspectives, and we're like, okay, this will be like the lead has to be on rails, otherwise they're gonna mess up like how we just talked about, right?
Exactly.
But for the chase, how can we position these and time the transitions where yes, the lead driver has to put down a good lead to get a good chase, but also like yesterday when I was judging, I told everybody I'm gonna critique chase hard.
Okay.
Because how we set this up, in order for there just to be a good run, the lead driver has to be on point. As long as the lead driver's on point, it's gonna allow for a sick chase. And if the lead driver does what they need to do, and you have a distant, crappy chase, what are you doing?
Okay.
Like, it's going to be very obvious from both parts.
Yeah.
Because if you miss one zone, it screws you up for the next 3 zones.
Exactly. It just, because it's
black and white.
It's felt, as a driver, it has felt like we are like close in battles today.
Oh yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
The
battles have been amazing. Everyone's been so consistent, and even like with switching it up and seeing everybody battle each other, it's still so consistent.
Okay.
Because like we try to set it up to where like there's one way to drive this, and that's the proper way, and this is how you should do it. And if you don't do it like that, it's gonna be obvious.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like, okay, have I
and that's
tried?
why like you and the silver Corvette from yesterday and the blue RX-7 and who else? I'd say like you 3 have carried really, really, really good momentum and flow. And like you three clicked into the style to where like, oh, I have to do this for it to be proper.
Yeah.
And it was very obvious between yesterday and today. And like what especially stood out to me with you in this group of guys today is your slip angle and momentum and your speed coming out of that has been so proper. And it's sick to watch.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I wonder what the other two drivers, how they feel about coming out of that.
The Corvette was doing the same thing as you. The Corvette had really, really, really good momentum, just like you yesterday. He was hauling butt down that straightaway yesterday and hooking it in and nailing it. It was sick.
Yeah, I wish I
Sabi. Yeah,
really.
shout out Sabi. You were killing it yesterday. And he was on a 215 in the C5 in the Corvette, and it was
C5?
hooked up. Yeah, C5. And he was hooked up, like visibly hooked up on a 215.
Interesting.
Like I was like, what? Like what's going on there?
It's like we need more information.
That was it. So we're gonna do finals probably in 15 minutes or so.
Oh,
okay.
shoot.
All right. Well, with that being said, we kind of just totally talked over this qualifying, but at the same time, it's qualifying, and so finals are going to be up within the next 15 to 20 minutes, and I will make sure not to yap over finals, and we will focus on the battles 100% for finals. So I think I might kind of implement that routine, is that like do the kind of podcast style overlay for qualifying, and maybe talk through some of the battles, but then really kind of hone in through the finals, because then it's more of a treat. If you get into finals, then you get the excitement and the commentary.
True, because then you can kind of like take what I'm saying now and be like, okay, how's he doing finals? And if you get that from multiple different drivers that make it into the finals, you could then start kind of comparing and be like, okay, he said this, oh, but this guy said this. Let's compare the two now directly in the finals, and something like that.
Figure something out. Yeah. But dude, thank you so much for coming and talking. I appreciate this.
No problem.
And, dude, that was an amazing conversation. And so you guys that are driving out here, go back through, listen to that a few different times, pick up the technique, and I'm glad that we had a very productive conversation there.
No, that was good. That was good. I enjoyed it.
Dude, thank you so much.
We're
going to go to like a 15-minute commercial break, and then we're jumping into our finals and our top 8. So see you guys in a few minutes.
This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A 4-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience, not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours. This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A four-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours. This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A four-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours. This is Chester. Chester is only 14 years old, and he competes in the Ultimate Drifting Challenge. Chester won the 2025 Ultimate Drifting Challenge Championship, and his prize is a trip to Japan with Drift Japan Tours. Drift Japan is an all-inclusive drift adventure through Japan's legendary tracks. With expert-led tours in the Kansai region, they combine professional tuition, iconic circuits, and authentic Japanese car culture. But who is Drift Japan? A four-man team, guided by a passion for drifting, brings people from all over the world to experience Japan through their eyes.
Let's go have a look.
This passion culminates into a one-of-a-kind experience, not soon to be forgotten by anyone who embarks on this trip. So take the journey with us as we drift through Japan with Drift Japan Tours.
On today's episode, it's gonna be me, Dana, and Spencer, and Lucas. We're gonna be road tripping up to Utah from California for Bobby Low-Eye's Ultimate Drift Challenge Toga event. Bunch of people. We have Dustin Farrell, Will Salday, Rome Charpentier, Josh Weaver, Josh Stewart. We're gonna have tons of coverage. We have our boy Spencer White coming out. And speaking of Spencer, I think he's here. Let's go check it out. Doing big things.
There I am.
Spencer, are you ready, brother?
Oh, I'm so ready. Dude, I'm feeling excited, feeling a little bit nervous. First ever. I mean, it's gonna be a first for a lot of people. Unless you're on the East Coast and you already did the whole Drift Appalachia thing. Us guys on the West Coast saw that and wanted to replicate that. So shout out to Bobby, like I said, for, you know, throwing a dope event. Yeah.
Shout out to Bobby.
Yep.
Always throwing great events. We have stopped somewhere in the middle of the desert on the way to Vegas. Get some gas station food. Let's go. So we're on our way to the alignment shop to get Spencer's car aligned, and we're gonna go get some food, and we'll be on our way back on the road.
Made it to Utah. This is the Wingate Hotel, brought to you by Wingate, also brought to you by Bobby Low-Eye. Thank you, Bobby, for getting us to the hotel. This is going to be a great time. So I think we're all getting set up for the meet right now. It's about freckle past the hair, and then we're all going to go meet up, look at some more cars, and gonna get it tomorrow.
What's up, buddy? What's up, man?
There! It is a signature from the final bout in USR Motorsport. Oni Gang, shout out to them.
Okay. We're here. Good morning. A little sleepy. Slept a little late. We're all having a good time with everybody last night. We are unloading the cars. Everybody is unloading their cars. I did have a great time with Lucas. We were editing. We were eating everybody's ice cream. We were eating all the leftovers from the Japanese grill that we went to.
He's eating vanilla ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream.
As far as the schedule goes, we have off fucking day. Let's go have fun, create content, make this huge. We are literally making West Coast history, Utah history, whatever you want to call it.
You guys excited for this?
Yeah, very excited.
Conjunction function, so honey, get it straight. I'll be on your roller blade, just skate. My starts was fast like a rise, and it gets you itching. My flow was crisp like a bucket full of Spanish chicken. I'm on the beat like pottery, amateur like blood through the artery. With more rhymes and numbers in the lottery. You know my style, how my dough, and watch me drop a flow. I wax it up and make it sound like I was rapping. So come on, baby, now let's put it on the freaking move. Let's flip a coin on the heads, I win it as a lose. Gotcha. Grand Uber comes with all of that. In the laundromat. We keep it tight the way it's supposed to be while killer snakes say, damn, I'm just satisfied with me. No doubt, cause we hit them with a little
Hi Lucas, how you doing? So we're here. We're doing some tailgate drifting. Cameron Sorensen Motorsports, and we're almost going off a cliff right now. I'm holding this car from going sideways. We're doing a little rock and roll. It's a free ride for me. Here we are, you know, wonderful day, ultimate drift challenge. Let's go.
You need a joint, I can hit you with that.
Lunchtime, we're about to start stage 2, which is more up into the mountain. Everybody's just getting done with their grub, loading up. We got a few drivers already lining up to the pit.
How we doing today?
Coming down the hill, all we could hear was what?
These Prism Lab seats are keeping me so secure on this hill. I'd be everywhere, but I'm locked in with these. I feel like I'm like being hugged the whole time. And dude, I just got these gloves, so sick. These things with the seat, you can't beat that combo.
Look at this. I don't know how it's gonna. Jacket?
Who's got a high lift?
We got enough guys.
Maybe we'll pick it up.
Pick it up. Yeah, we're gonna have to pick it up.
Hopefully the car's okay.
Give us a thumbs up, bro.
Are you guys are good though?
God damn, dude.
That is an easy tire access. It actually doesn't look that bad.
I want everybody right here, listen. What do you want? We want to go up and over. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, yeah. Hey, we need more people over there to push it. 2, 3. All right. Slowly let it down. Let it down. There it goes. There it is. Everybody good?
All right, hook the winch up.
There we go. Right there. Pull it. Pull. Right there. Watch your hand, Peter. Yep.
Everybody watch out.
There we go. 1, 2, 3, go.
All right.
Ron, let's not go too far, kid. We gotta get back off.
Lift the front up. Hey, get this thing out of here. We want to drift. Come on.
Yeah, let's go.
Lift the front up.
May not have almost gone off a mountain.
Yeah, I know. That's just.
That was pretty close.
I was like, ah.
What happened? Dude, that is such a bummer. Yeah, it's a little bit more than that because I messed up my power steering pump. Pretty bummed right now, but you know what? I mean, we're out here. I got a lot of laps in today. We're out here. The weather's amazing, by the way. But car did really well, super well. Besides, obviously, that's kind of major.
I love you, Spencer. It'll be okay. Smile. Come on, give me a smile. Don't point it at me, point it at
It's like.
Give me a smile, damn it. That was fake as fuck. Give me something.
Nothing. You get nothing.
I'm gonna
Well, guys, good event, great event, awesome event. Thank you, Bobby Lowi. Thank you, Bobby. Also, thank you to Ultimate Drift Challenge. Yeah, it was fun, right, Lucas?
We had a great time. We got some awesome content. The cars were banging all the way up the hill, down the hill, getting sideways, getting doors. We're loading up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we got a lot more coming at you. See you later.
Alrighty, hello everybody. Thank you guys for staying tuned in. We are in our finals. We have our top 8 bracket coming in hot. Chester, sorry, not Chester. Oh my gosh, that's Bradley Wintermantle in the lead, coming in, barreling down that straightaway. Nice big flick in. Battling him is Rodney Smith in the chase. Nice smooth transition, setting up into that outer zone. Sweeping around that touch and go, flicking in now to that outer zone there, through the last turn, pushing out nice and wide, riding that line smoothly across the finish line. Now they're going to switch positions. And we've got Mr. Rodney Smith in the lead in his S13 vert. Bradley Wintermantle in the chase. Nice transition around that inner clip there. Oh, loaded up lots of angles. Bradley, super aggressive, surging in. Rodney was able to kind of power through and use his power to kind of save him with all that angle. And unfortunately, Bradley had to kind of check up and straighten out there. Didn't quite have the torque to save it like that LS car in the lead. But a good flow and good fill of those last couple outer zones.
3 for that win, 8-3 for that win.
And Brad is going to take the win for that battle, advancing on into the final 4. So that means that the S13, Mr. Rodney, was, I guess, at fault for choking up the chase there and hucking in too much angle. This next battle, we got Joseph Klein in the lead, Brad Loopy in the chase, coming in. Nice aggressive entry from both drivers. Brad's on a slick one, mirroring very well. Joseph throwing down a heater of a lead line. Smooth initiation up over the crest from both drivers. Brad is right there in the pocket where he should be. Joseph throwing down a smooth, fluent line, a little shallow out of that outer zone there, but making up for it through the rest of the turn and filling that final outer across the finish line. Now they're going to rotate around, and let's see what Mr. Brad Loopy does in the lead. Thank you guys for supporting UDC, tuning into the finals. We've got our 235 class here, throwing down. Putting a gap on Joseph, coming in, nice little faint flick entries, smooth transition over that touch and go, so you can extend out to that outer zone. Now Joseph playing catch up. Is he going to surge into the pocket here through this next outer zone? Ooh, sacrificing. Ooh. Loopy dipping tire. Joseph playing it conservative, cutting in, and then getting right back into proximity on his bumper across the finish line. Judges are reviewing footage, figuring out their call. It's gonna be a hard one. That was a good battle.
They all did good drifts. They both did some good drifts.
Footage is being reviewed. Now that we are in the finals, judges are reviewing, I'll do a quick little sponsorship overview and shout out to everyone that has supported UDC this season. We've got Drift Japan on board, Cage Kits, Fun Haver, NRG, Prisma Labs, Low Eye Media, Bonkers FPV, Race Club, Society, Tire Agent, Race MG, as well as Grim Graphics. And then out here this weekend, supporting the drivers and the staff and the media and everybody, we've got Pit Lane Cafe serving up burgers and dogs, as well as Juanita's serving smoothies and snacks and tasty drinks. So thank you everyone that has come out this weekend. Thank you to all the friends and the family and the support systems for all of the drivers. Thank you to the staff. Just thank you everybody that has helped out this weekend. And to you guys at home watching the show. What was that, Caden? What was that call? All right, Joseph takes the win. Black 350Z makes it into the final 4.
That's a lot of sponsors.
Up next, we got Chester Wiesel in the silver 350Z and Jerry Madden in his black and green S13. Big snap to angle by Jerry in the chase there, but he does save it. Chester was a fluid lead there, putting a little bit of space on Jerry on that straightaway, reinitiating, and Jerry right back into the pocket. Chester smoothly coming out around that touch and go. Jerry right where he should be. Let's see Chester fill this outer zone, and Jerry is just right there applying the pressure in the pocket, pushing him around nearly, and Chester again filling that final outer zone. Both drivers on point. Now switch positions, Jerry in the lead, Chester in the chase. Let's see this flick entry. Chester right on the pocket. Can he get the transition down? Stay right with Jerry through this turn, filling that outer zone. Now they're going to grip up, back down the straightaway. Chester is still very present. Reinitiating now, checking up. Oh, this is a spicy battle. Here we go. Chester and Jerry around that inner clip, transitioning to this next outer zone. Smooth and fluid, good fill of both zones, good presence from the chase driver. Oh man, the judges are gonna have a hard time with that. Chester and Jerry. Jerry podiumed first place yesterday, and Chester, was Chester second place, Caden, or was Chester third?
Second.
Chester was second place. So we have our first and second podium holders from yesterday in 215 battling it out for a top 4 spot right now. And Chester is gonna take the win and knock Jerry out of the top 8. Chester advances into the final 4. Up next, we got Peyton Smith in his S13 and Nate Pena in his 350Z. Here we go. Nice big saucy flick in. And Nate sucking into the pocket, transitioning aggressively, right there with Peyton. Peyton with a saucy flick in. Coming back down the straightaway. Let's see this reinitiation. Is Nate gonna dive bomb back into the pocket through this outer zone? Nate applying the pressure. Peyton with the smooth and fluid outside line there, kissing that last outer zone and following through the finish line. And here we go, Nate Pena in the lead, Peyton Smith in the chase. Limiter on initiation, big flick in. Drag racing down the straightaway, reinitiating blind up over that hump. Peyton right in the pocket on initiation. Nate with a nice smooth wide line there. Big flick, mirrored image right there. Just the oh, look at that. Peyton right on his door, kissing his wheel. That transition timing was amazing.
Seconds is a couple thousand years.
I'm very curious to see if it's going to be Nate or Peyton that takes that one. what the call is gonna be. Judges are reviewing footage. That is going to be a one more time.
Great fucking battle. We need to see it one more time.
Yeah, that was amazing. So are we going to send Brad and Joseph before the one more time? Okay. We're going to try to get them to do the one more time right away. All right, we're going to rally the drivers back out on grid. Right. And now for our one more time battle. Peyton Smith in the lead. Nate Pena in the chase. Ooh, Nate dive bombing in. Is that going to be too aggressive? But he holds it through. Peyton did not face Peyton one bit. Nate playing a little bit of catch up down the straight. Is he going to suck right back into that pocket? Peyton with a nice wide line there through that outer zone, around that touch and go, transitioning now. Nate sucking in through this last turn. Looking great. There we go, boys. And yet another spicy battle. Nate Pena in the lead, Peyton Smith in the chase. Nate cutting across, big flick feint entry. Peyton diving into the pocket just like Nate. These guys are a mirror image of one another. Nate a little bit wide, dipping tire there. The saucy flick initiation. Peyton right there in the pocket. Snappy transition. Oh man. Nate riding the razor's edge, filling that outer zone, and Peyton right there with him. I don't know if it gets better than that.
C15 for the win, C15 for the win.
All right, and Peyton is gonna get the win and move on into the final four. And now we got Brad Wintermantle in the lead, Joseph Klein in the chase. Coming into our first battle of the final four. Here we go. Joseph sucking in the pocket on transition. Great timing there, great proximity. Bradley was not phased. Let's see him keep this momentum up. Look at that speed down the straightaway, reinitiating right away. And Joseph catching up. Hopefully on this transition in this next outer, Joseph is right there with him, and he is. Brad going nice and wide, extending out. Another banger battle here in the final four of our 235 competition. We're out here at Apple Valley Speedway. Joseph Klein initiating in, Bradley right there with him. Great lead line from Joseph. Bradley right there on his bumper. Bit of a straight line approach initiation there. Smooth, silky transition. Lots of angle there from Joseph in the lead. A little bit of left foot braking to fill in that last outer zone. Bradley tapping his roof. He is stoked right now. That was another just mirror image battle. These guys are on a sick one. And
a lot of people must have gone.
Brad Wintermantle gets the win, taking him into finals.
Everybody must have gotten a lot of practice.
Oh yeah. And so now we've got Chester versus Peyton for our other top 4 battle. Can they just both win? I wish.
Hopefully I'm at my dad's house on July so I can be at the...
Peyton Smith in the lead here in his little rocket ship S13. Chester Wiesel in the chase.
Peyton, big angle on initiation, looking saucy. Chester right there with him.
Coming back down that little straight, reinitiating at the hump. A little bit of a gap between them. I would like to see Chester suck in a little bit more. Peyton with a nice wide outside line there. Filling that outer zone. Smooth across into the next. Whoa, on the outer edge. I was kind of expecting a little bit more proximity from Chester, especially around that last turn, but he was still extremely present. Still a great chase run, and both of these guys are just on fire. Now let's see what Chester does in the lead. Peyton in the chase, coming back in.
Nice flick in. Peyton in the pocket. Transition timing is great. Both drivers settling in at the same time.
Excuse me. Chester handbraking in. Peyton right into the pocket, sucking in, surging up on him. Keep it sideways. There we go. Chester holding composure, and Peyton is just right there with him. All right, let's see what the judges have. You say Z15? Peyton Smith with the win, securing his spot into finals against Brad Wintermantle. Right? Yep. And our 3rd place battle is about to go down. Chester versus Klein? Yep. All right, so our 3rd place battle is going to be Mr. Chester versus Mr. Joseph Klein. Another 350Z on 350Z. Come on, boys, let's send it. Chester Wiesel in the lead, Joseph Klein in the chase, coming in for our battle for 3rd place. Is Chester going to secure a podium 2 days in a row? Or is Joseph going to snag it? Touching action there. Joseph all over Chester right now. Tapping his door, applying the pressure, and Chester is not fazed whatsoever. All right, Joseph Klein in the lead. Nice flick paint entry. Smooth, snappy, quick transition from both drivers. And Chester is right there with him. Oh man, I do feel like Joseph was more present and aggressive in his chase. That may just secure him the win. But that is a call for the judges to make. All right, Joseph Klein is going to beat Chester for third. We have our third place winner. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have announced that because I should wait till the ceremony, huh?
Everybody's gonna know.
Yeah, everyone's gonna know. It's fine. Now the live stream, you guys know first. If you're tuned into the stream, Joseph Klein gets third place.
Now we got the final battle right here.
And now this is going to be our final battle.
Hold on the battle until we get that maybe back in the air real quick.
Brad Wintermantle versus Peyton Smith.
Did you guys hear A11-1? More battle?
Hold on, we're getting the drone
In just a moment, we're waiting on the drone to get back up in the air.
Drone fell. The drone fell.
There we go, drone is back up in the air, and we're gonna get into our final battle of the day. Brad Wintermantle versus Peyton Smith.
Alright, we're ready.
Let's go, boys. All right, here we go. This is for first and second. Finals, 235. Brad with a nice flick entry. Peyton right there up on him. Aggressive on the chase entry. Brad carrying speed as always right there with a nice flick up over the hump, and Peyton sucking into the pocket through that outer zone. Brad crossing his T's and dotting his I's, filling these outer zones, smooth and consistent. And now let's see how Peyton does in the lead. Brad in the chase. Send him back down. Final lap. Very similar initiation from both drivers in the previous run. Peyton, super wide, dirt dropping, getting saucy. That might have hurt him a little bit. Hand out the window, waving at the drone across the finish line. There we go. All right, now that is going to conclude our battles for the day. We have made it through finals. Second event of the season out here at Apple Valley Speedway. Thank you guys for tuning in this weekend. Check the social media for the results. Go to the Ultimate Drifting Challenge page on Instagram, and we will reveal the first and second place winners on the Instagram. So with that being said, thank you all so much for tuning in and supporting the live stream, watching and supporting the drivers, and just being here today. We greatly appreciate the support and can't wait to see you at the next round. Thank you.